Hello guys. I hope Leshapo. It's a Sunday, and you know what that means. You have to get a video, an analysis where we're just going through charts and seeing what we can, if we can't get trades, this coming week. And if you are new here, make sure that you subscribe and you hit the like button because this is where I share, market analysis charts or setups basically. So, but if you're interested in this style of trading, you can just text me on Telegram, and then I've got a mentorship going 9590333. So you can just hit me up on Telegram. So let's get started. Today I want us to try something different because normally here we do VIX 75, we do a NASDAQ, we do US 100. So now I just want us to start with a currency pair. It's something different for a change. So like the approach is not going to change just because we're looking at a different chart. So let's start with the highest time frame. So we're still going to do the top down analysis like we always do. So we always start with the highest time frame being our monthly chart. So what you can see here on your monthly chart was that this is sort of I'm not sure, I don't want to say the all-time low because I don't see, you see, I don't know. So these are the all-time lows, but I don't think it will have a comeback here. So remember, it's a monthly chart, so we need to work with what we have. So currently we went down, I think not currently, 2020 we were somewhere there. That's the lowest point, and this was our nearest area of resistance. We went back to it. Let me mark it so that you can see what I'm talking about. Our nearest area of resistance was basically here. Yes, it was there. And look what the price did. The price went back to it, touched it here with this candlestick, and then it got rejected and came back to this. You can see this is a monthly chart. That space is a very huge. Like, if you know, when the price hit that zone and then it came down, and then you know that it was, if you got reasons to sell, they could sell until here. It's a very huge space. When we're going to smaller time frames, H4 daily, it's gonna be a lot. So look what the price did. So it did this, which is we call that bearish rejection candlestick or bearish pin bar. So usually what I always tell you is that when you're having a bearish pin bar, or the bearish or bullish, when you're having a pin bar, in this case we have a pin bar that looks like this. So if this momentum that forced the price to come and close here or close there, if it doesn't carry over in the next candlestick and break the range of that, it's like, that momentum was just not enough, so you can't trade in that direction. So in this case, if let's say when you're having this pin bar, if the price doesn't come here but rather it goes to the other side of the pin bar, you can see that it was just, they tried something but they didn't succeed on the higher or on the bigger scale, but on a smaller time frame you could get your trades. But look what happened. We came here, and then the next candlestick went above the pin bar, and it even violated the area of resistance, which means that's when we're like, oh, this area of resistance has been taken out, which means now I have to shift my focus, because remember, we need to always have a zone above and a zone below. So when one is taken out, you shift your focus and then you move to the next one. So in this case, the next one is the one that is, sort of hit now. So because this one was out, so we need to shift and move there. If this one is taken out, you will move to the next one. So that's how you trade. So now we know the price is playing around this area of what? Area of resistance on monthly. It's just that the way it's moving up, it is not smooth. You can't tell where you should put your support because it's just doing this, but it's moving up, it's doing this like this. So this is not smooth price action. Unlike when it was moving, pause, moving, pause. We want this to be, an obvious move, not something where you'll be searching and saying, where must I put my thing? Because you can see this is more like around the same level. This is not nice price action, but it doesn't change the fact that we have hit, you are too close to your monthly area of resistance, meaning when you are going to a smaller time frames, not too small, but to trade time frames like your daily or your weekly, or even H4. If you get something to say that you can sell, yes, you would say, oh, I know even my higher time frames, they say they have hit area of resistance, so I can sell. So that's all that you can take from your from your monthly chart, and it seems like we did have like this, and we're still playing around at the same level. So let's move down to weekly and see what is happening this side. So on weekly, if we are to mark, remember we always have a zone above and a zone below. So a zone above, or our area of resistance, let's see this one, if it was broken or not. Yes, this was taken out, so it means now we can even use this one here, or you can just use the recent one, which is this, and you put it like that. So there is your nearest area of what, of resistance. And then in terms of support, because you put your trend line there, then no, we can't put it there because of what, this is the high that we got, and this side we don't have a higher high, so the trend line can be there. So now it means the latest trend line you had on this chart was here. I don't know if you'll agree with me, but it was here. Yes, this is our area of, the trend line that we had, because we had this is the high we had, then we had a higher high. That's when you could put it there. So the only way we can use this point is if this goes higher than that, but until that happens, we can't use that point. So we can see that on our weekly chart, so basically we have hit the area of what, the area of resistance, and then we got rejected. We had a pin bar. You can see this pin bar here. We had a pin bar, a bearish one, and you did break the range to the downside, and it went down and violated what, I want us to be on the same page here. So we went down and violated the bullish trend line, broken. Area of support that you had there, broken. So meaning, now that you have done all of that, it means now you are to the downside. This chart, or this time frame, is bearish, even though you are having this move to the upside. For as long as this move does not go above that, it remains bearish until it goes above that. So until that happens, we will say our weekly is bearish because it broke the support and it broke a bullish trend line. So now if I know that my weekly is to the downside, because the base of what they did when they broke those structures of the bulls, and we can say that because when you broke the support, you can't just say because I broke the zones, now I can sell, I know we're to the downside. No, when that happens, it tells you that you are bearish, meaning now you can start searching for trades to go short. If you didn't manage to get a trade inside here, let's say you managed to get a trade inside there, when that happened, you couldn't hold until they, remember, the trend line at the time was still holding, meaning if you get a trade around the trend line, you need to exit because you don't know if it's going to be broken or it's going to hold. You see, if you get an early entry inside the bigger zone, then it means when you get there, you exit. You need to watch how the market reacts. In this case, it broke the trend line, it broke the support. Then you say, oh, the bears are quite strong. So it's just that now the price action is very weird. We can't mark an area of resistance up there because you can see the tail. But I'm sure if we're moving down to things like daily, we will get more clarity there. But here we just need to understand that the price moved down, it hit the area of resistance, it got rejected, it moved down, broke the support, broke a bullish trend line. That's when we said the bears are in control. So now this, you can look at it as what, sort of a retest of that, but it's just that we can't mark anything there on this time frame. But when you're moving down to daily, we'll definitely get something there. And another thing to note, one last thing, is that here you are having what, bearish engulfing. And basically when your price is moving up towards the support or the resistance that broke the resistance here, that broke the trend line, and you're waiting for reasons to go in there, now you can see the price is being rejected and it is even engulfing the previous candlestick. So this bullish bearish engulfing could open more room for the sellers to come to at least here, because remember, even on weekly, on monthly, we did have price playing around a monthly area of resistance. So at least that engulfing can just come, can push the price until there. We're not saying when the market opens it must just drop. It can do that, but we're just saying based on the current structure, for as long as it doesn't create a new high, it has higher chances of going to at least there. So let's move down to daily and see what we got this side. So this is our daily chart. Remember, this is what we had on weekly when we were still moving up, and during that time our daily trend line was here, from this to this to there, because it had this, but it was more or less the same. And we got the same thing when we moved down and broke the trend line, broke areas of resistance, areas of support. We coming down. Now what we need to understand is that when the price was currently moving to the upside, currently making all those movement to the upside, when we were getting the retest, calling for that retest on weekly, on daily, this is what you got. This is your daily what trend line, bullish trend line, and currently it is being broken. We're just there around the area of what, the area of support. Maybe if this area of support can be taken out just just a little bit, then you can take what, the same thing that we mentioned on what, on weekly. Should it go there, you're gonna go down and then target at least this, because that's the same thing that we said we're gonna target on what, on weekly. So if you didn't manage to get a trade, you can see that the price was making nice moves, but here, this price action, you can see that the bulls are no longer that strong. They are being rejected. So they broke the downside on weekly. We know what they gave us. They gave us a bearish engulfing. So if you get reasons to go short, you can go short. But this guy is what I'm worried about. Maybe if you can just be taken out first, then you can go down. That's if this is your execution time frame. So that's all that we have. I don't think we have a lot of stuff here. So you can just mark this for now. Mark this. Should the price move lower than this and then push up, then you can say, oh, now I can target something like that. But remember, this would be your what, take profit number one, where the price turns before going to give you those trades that you're looking for. So that is all that you have on daily. Let's check H4 and see if we can't find anything here. So the structure on H4 basically looks the same as what we had on what, on what's that, on daily. So you can say our trend line was here and it was hit there, and we hit the areas of what, of support there, but it was not high odd for you to buy from that, because we are coming from a weekly area of what, of resistance. Yes, the bulls tried to hold the price there, but they got defeated. So when they got defeated, then you can just say this here is my resistance that gave me a strong move to the downside and violated that. So now it's only a matter of whether the price is going to take this out, so that you can, so when the price goes back there, it's up to you whether you want to take it or not. But I wouldn't feel so much safe because of this daily area that we're having here. But you can try your chances there, because you know you've got higher chances now of moving to the downside, all the way from monthly, even weekly, saying the same thing. So maybe if it was to go there, you can maybe, remember we're still targeting the same area, which is around here. This is where we've got higher chances of going there in the next coming weeks or so. We're not gonna just do this all at once. It can happen, but maybe if you give it like 2 weeks or so, for as long as it doesn't create a new high, for as long as it doesn't challenge that weekly area of resistance or the monthly area of resistance, it has got higher chances of dropping to the downside. All you need to know is for you to identify the key areas, so that you know where exactly to search for your trades, and also be able to read the structure to say, oh, these are the structures that are broken. This is where we are headed. I think we can expect it to bounce from there when you get confirmation. So that's how you should assess a chart. So that's basically how we've been doing, even on the other time frame, the other instruments. When you're doing Nasdaq, when you're doing VIX 75, when you're doing US 30, we always approach it the same way. And this is what I teach the guys in the mentorship program. So that's basically what you can expect from this one, from this week. So maybe I don't think it will be wise for you to look for buying. Maybe trying to sell from this will be a better option. So when you, the price goes there, and then you get a confirmation, then you can maybe sell, and then this has to be your TP1. But remember, the goal we said is to come to at least around there. So this can be your TP1 when you're coming from there, but the goal is to come to this. It might not happen this week, next week, but based on the current structure, as having that bearish engulfing and the structures being broken on your daily, the bullish structures, then you've got higher chances of dropping to the downside. So you must just try and find areas where you can maybe catch the movements to the downside. It's just that I don't trade these things, but I just wanted to show you that it doesn't matter what you like, what your favorite is, be it a currency, a stock, or index, or whatever, for as long as you get the knowledge that I'm showing you here. If you want more, you'll text me on Telegram on the number that I gave you. For as long as you got the skill, for as long as you got the strategy, you know these concepts, you can apply them correctly, you will always get trades. It doesn't matter what you trade. So that's all that I have for you guys on USCAD. You can try monitor it Monday until Friday and see how it plays out, but that's all. That's what I think of it based on the current structure. So if you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss the trade. Whenever I make a new upload, you'll get notified, and then you can just watch the video. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. It's a Sunday. Maybe I'll give you a second one, and or three charts. So this is the first one. Sharp, guys. We'll monitor it. Maybe just check an update around Wednesday. Thank you.